The views, comments, and opinions of the following program do not necessarily reflect those of Morris Media Studios, MorrisMediaLive.com, or its affiliates. Listener discretion is advised.
This is the Madd Marv Comedy Lounge. Trap comedy at its finest. Where if you can't slang yourself, you might as well hang yourself. This is also where you can turn yourself into dope and you become the real man. Whoa, yeah.
First I hit 'em, and then I let 'em. Then I remix, rewind, then I wet 'em. Welcome to
We got Portis back, so Lorraine ain't here, so she don't, All right, welcome to another exciting episode of the Madd Marv Comedy Lounge. Woo-hoo. This is our first episode. What'd you say, Portis? Anyway, this is our first.
I said my titty hit the keyboard and it cut the music short.
Oh,
Sorry.
wow.
Oh, well, hey, look.
Control those things.
Control them titties.
Yes.
Hey, look, control them titties.
Really?
That's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do for the new year for Portis. Make sure she get better titty control. Yeah. So
More support.
Support, whatever. I seen a guy on the street today. He had on a belt and suspenders, and I told him, I said, don't no one nigga need that much support. But what we saying is this. See, some people over-support themselves. Now, this is our first show of the new year, 2020. You know what I'm saying? And first of all, I want to tell everybody, we're glad to be here. And
Happy New Year.
Yeah, Happy New Year. This is 2020. And this is the future. And, I'm old as black pepper. And I don't know about y'all, but I used to watch the Jetsons when I was young. You remember the Jetsons cartoon?
I do.
George Jetson.
Yeah, his
Lost
boy
in space.
Elroy, all that shit.
And Rona.
No, was that the robot Rona, or was it Irona? No, Irona was from Richie Rich.
Yeah.
The robot on the Jetsons was.
Where are we?
They didn't have no robot on the Jetsons.
Yes,
They
they
did.
did.
She was a maid.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, it was
Yeah, but it
Maggie.
wasn't Nope.
Martha.
no.
Can we
Start with
introduce
an
people
M.
first?
Anyway,
Then
can we introduce what?
everybody here.
Okay,
so,
yeah, we'll do that.
you know.
We just had a futuristic Jetsons moment. But let me get back to what I was saying.
He had an old guy moment. He remembered the Jetsons.
You remember the Jetsons with George and Weezy? No, I'm just saying. So,
George and Weezy.
they had the fish and the grilled and the beans don't burn the chicken in the sky. But what we saying is this: that was a futuristic cartoon about the future, and I had noticed
40 years ago.
Yeah, I had noticed that in the Jetsons there was no black people, and it was all about what took place up above. Everybody had the flying cars and everything.
The robots were black people.
No, the robots were fucking robots.
Yeah. AI, they were artificial intelligence.
Yeah. You might want to call
But
them.
no
You
future.
can call them ANs, artificial niggas.
No futuristic things about the future ever had no niggas in there. Buck Rogers.
Right.
Star Trek.
Right.
No, but Star Trek wasn't like into the future.
They had the
and
black
that
girl
sort of
in
stuff.
Star Trek. No, wait.
Yeah.
They
No,
had
I'm just saying though that was like
That was nothing but the future. What do you mean?
No, that was a TV series. She was just talking about like on Star Trek, they was never really on planet Earth.
Okay, so on the Jetsons,
So she was like an alien.
Okay, but remember
On Jetsons, Jetsons
the robot went planet lost
You
in
talking about-
space.
yeah,
Lost in space.
Right.
Yeah, but we're
There were
talking
no
about
black people in
yeah,
Lost
we're
in
talking
Space.
about
Thank you.
what futuristic things about the Earth. So on the Jetsons, there was no black people, and I concur with what Faarooq was saying.
Buck
Now-
Rogers in the 21st
Right,
century.
now-
that was the year 2024.
right,
And Buck Rogers.
right, which is 4 years from now. Okay, we got you.
Wow,
you're
4
really
years
saying
from
you're really
now.
saying Wheaties, because I know you're all about snacks. But what I'm saying is this. So this was something that was interesting to me. It took place. Everything was above. They had the flying cars and everything. Had they panned down, they would have seen all the black people down there because, right now in real life in 2020, we could actually live like the Jetsons if you got enough money. You had the flying cars and all the automatic, the
Where you
IAs
seen flying cars?
and flying cars.
They got them.
Where
yeah,
have
they
you
got 'em.
seen them though?
Not on Crenshaw.
They hovercraft. They make
Yeah.
them like drones. You
Yeah.
get in there and sit in there. They got one like a motorcycle.
One like a boat and a car.
Yeah, and they have one that has 4 like the
drones,
blades, like the
drones.
Like the drones. It's two big ones in the front and two in the back, and it actually lift off.
Where have you seen them flying?
Google them.
Look, they got it.
No, I didn't say they don't exist.
They got them in Japan.
Exist.
They got them in Japan.
Are they flying them though?
Oh yes, they are in the motherfuckers.
The government hasn't zoned the area. They don't want niggas flying and getting away from.
Because you don't want to be. Hey, look, you don't want to be flying and drunk.
They've had the flying cars for a long time. The drones are the new thing. They're gonna overtake the flying cars because you can actually program the drone to leave from your house and go exactly to some place.
So
the flying car, you can do whatever you want to do with it.
They have to have the flying vehicles programmed to where they drive. They drive themselves because they can't leave that up to human error because it's going to be some dude named Dante or Jerome that's going to stop at the liquor store, get him something to drink, and try to
make a right when he should have made a left.
Swerve. Yeah, look, he's going to be swerving, and then he's going to get a cold DUI in the sky.
Ow.
You know what I'm saying? Now that he ain't going to be able to afford that. You see what I'm saying?
But they talked about it before, and they overstepped. They got the flying cars, but they don't know how to zone it. They don't know how to.
I'm sure.
And regulate
That's
it.
what I'm saying. Where have you seen cars flying?
In Japan.
Because Michael Jackson bought the first one.
Yeah.
Again, I have no problem feeling like they exist. I know they exist, but I'm saying, where have you seen them flying around?
I will say it again. I have seen them flying around the sky in Japan. Now I know
being tested,
but I've seen them flying. Now I'm gonna let you guys know.
You got to have. You got to just control it.
Yeah. Look, there you go.
Okay.
That's one. These are older now.
Now, hold on.
They're on the road, though. They're actually. Can we bring that up online? Okay.
Let me say this one thing.
These are new time kind of.
Faarooq, well, don't just show me. We need to show that.
We're on the air.
We have to show that next time.
We're gonna make her a believer. You know what I'm saying? Faarooq, sometimes he have a personal moment. You know what I'm
I don't know. Poetess, can you look up flying cars online, please?
Yeah. So anyway. Nevertheless, I say, and I shall retort.
In operation. Flying cars in operation.
With a real motherfucker in it.
They're going to show you a real person in the car flying.
Oh, yeah. You might know him.
In Japan. Or wherever.
You might know him.
The Netherlands, Europe.
I don't care where.
Honestly, we're past it now. Now they have the jetpack that's flying around.
But look here, it is a weight requirement, and Packett, he know he can't get it. They ain't made one strong enough to carry his big
What's the weight requirement?
It ain't his shit. He exceeds it. He can't even get on the rides.
Would it be like 185?
He can't get on the rides at Six Flags.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
Just because you wear the pants of a 6-year-old, there's no need to talk about everybody else.
I can ride. You know, that time we went to the zoo, we had to get 2 tickets for him. He needed one to get in and one to get out. Oh, yeah. They thought I was stealing a goddamn silverback.
You still haven't introduced everybody.
I'm getting ready to do that after this sip.
Okay.
Hey, I didn't get my cup of wine.
What? Because you came late.
I should just knock everybody cup down.
True that.
He sounded like in the 5th grade. Where's my cookies?
I didn't get mine. What about
Thank
me?
you, poetess.
Maybe next time you'll show up on time.
I got my water.
Hey, look, we didn't get what you got.
I got my water.
Did you bring a sip of gravy for everybody?
Gravy?
Yeah, because that's what he drinks. Gravy is like wine to Packett. Oh. But he's vegan, so he get his gravy with no gluten.
He's a gravy connoisseur.
Gluten-free gravy and shit.
That was pretty good, Marv.
Yeah, I know it is because I've seen him do it. I ain't told you a joke yet. But here we go. Now let's get this started like we do all the time about this time. Packett, how was your week? And by the way, how was your New Year's?
My New Year's was lovely, and my week was all right. I'm happy to start this year off. Things are looking bright. My company's going good, so I can't complain, man.
Do you have are you one of those people that make New Year's resolutions?
Well, I used to. I don't do that anymore.
So you didn't make one this year?
No.
Okay.
Well, I guess a personal one.
And what one was that?
To be in a whole nother tax bracket by the end of this year.
That's good. That's good.
Right.
What about you, Karla? How was your week and how was your New Year's?
Karla with a K.
Karla with a K.
Right,
I'm sorry.
right. Okay,
you better get it right.
Straight. Yeah, because there's other Karlas, but
there's only one Karla with a K.
With a K.
Karla.
That's right.
Karla.
Yeah. With a K.
I'm excited. I mean, Happy New Year, everyone.
Yeah.
I am so excited to be in this new year, this new decade. I am expecting to trade currencies and do some online trading by the end of this year.
Cryptocurrency?
Successfully. Probably not crypto. but fiat currencies and futures and options.
Precious metals, and so you're doing more investment. That's your
yes.
Did you make a resolution?
That is my resolution.
Okay, how was your New Year's? How did you spend your New Year's Eve?
Be healthy and perhaps even get married.
Okay, how did you spend your New Year's Eve?
I don't know how it's going to happen. I'm leaving that up to God. I'm leaving everything up to God.
How did you spend your New Year's Eve?
At church. I was at church. And
you brought it in with the Lord.
I did.
In the congregation and the fellowship.
The other people that were worshiping. And
did they take collection on New Year's Eve?
Yeah. Yes. Okay. And, because it's the last day for you to tithe, so that you can, or give offerings so that you can get a deduction on your taxes. Mm-hmm. That's how that works.
This is a question I have. A lot of times, I've been to church a few times in my life. And then when it comes down, a few times in my life. Okay. And when it comes down to tithes and offerings, they say, this is for the upbuilding of the kingdom of the Lord.
Okay.
Have you heard that?
Well, now, I've been to maintain this facility so that we can still preach the word.
I've been to some churches where, that sounds cool for a new member. But then after you've been there like 10 years, you're like, hey, the roof leaking, nigga.
So you got to get it fixed.
Hold on.
Give up the money.
We've been kicking in, and why is the roof leaking? And we got the same church bus. It's been no improvements, and water in the baptismal pool is growing algae.
Well, now, if you don't see any progress in your church, then you really do need to talk to the deacons, talk to the pastor.
You can't talk to the deacon because he be too busy running around in circles doing the service.
See, Marv brought up a very, very good point about that. But at the same time, it brings up a good point about people. If you go someplace and you put money into something and you don't see no changes, you a dumbass for staying there.
Well, that's what I'm saying. My church, we see a
lot
of changes.
Don't blame other people for you being a dumbass.
We see a whole lot of changes.
Okay, now.
We see progress there.
Now, Faarooq, how was your week and your New Year's Eve?
It was pretty cool, man.
Did you party like it was 1999?
Nah, man, I grew out of that, man. I stay at home and keep it quiet, man. New Year's Eve, Halloween, 4th of July, I don't be out like that. I just try to be at home because I know it's safe. So
it's
all
pretty
those
cool?
Fireworks holidays and
a
gun
lot of
shooting
stuff.
holidays.
Police.
Somebody died
a lot
in
of people
Richmond,
be
Virginia,
mad on New Year's Eve because they know they done fucked off a whole year.
And then get
5 family members put their ass out the house. They mad. They want to rob a motherfucker. They see you with a smile on your face. They want to steal a smile off of your face.
They want to steal your joy.
Yeah, they so miserable. So, I just try to
Now, I want to say this,
and
I'm not being racist at all. We live in Los Angeles, and we have a large Latino population here.
Los Angeles.
Yeah, Los Angeles. Sí. And, when we're talking about fireworks, what I've come to know, and I'm not being stereotypical, just something I just observed, that Mexicans and Hispanics or whatever you want to call Latino, they'll pop fireworks just because.
Yeah.
It don't have to be a special day.
Hector got a job. We're fucking going up, Holmes.
Look, it's like, why you popping fireworks? They're like,
Maria had twin daughters. Fireworks.
Because it's Thursday, fucker.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
they got fireworks.
It don't have to be a special occasion to pop fireworks in Los Angeles. So that's good that everybody had a good week and a good New Year's, and that's a beautiful thing.
How did you bring in the New Year's?
Big Happy's home from the joint. Fireworks.
Fucker.
Fruit.
Hey.
What?
Give Marv his introduction.
What introduction?
So how the hell was your week and your New Year's Eve?
Oh, shit. I thought you motherfuckers would never ask. I felt pretty good.
Excuse me, did you just call me a name?
No, I don't think so.
You weren't talking to me?
No, of course not.
Okay. Thank you. Go ahead.
Ooh, I thought he was about to get the shit beat off of him.
Oh, shit, because, I am a little fella.
I mean, as you said, as I told you, I brought I was at church, so I'm a Christian, and
well, then
you're cursing like a sailor, and saying all.
But can I get forgiveness?
But I'm here, so because Jesus.
Can I get some of that Christian forgiveness?
He surrounded himself with sinners and everybody.
So can I get some Christian forgiveness?
You don't even need that from me. Okay. Not from me, but you're good. Go ahead.
Okay, so. My New Year's Eve happened to be one of the best New Year's Eve I had in a long time because I only spent $20. Look, I only spent $20 and I spent it.
So you drank everybody else's drink?
No, I happened to spend it with a person who had a purse full of drink. And I was like, that's my type of
purse.
Yeah.
That's a woman, I guess. I hope, still, maybe.
I just made some gumbo and stayed.
Now, hold up.
You never know.
I thought this was about me.
It is.
Okay, now. and I spent it in the beautiful city of Long Beach, where it was very quiet. It was peaceful, and I witnessed something that I have never seen in my entire years of living in Los Angeles. I witnessed people phone banging. Are you familiar with this phone banging?
No.
It was two groups of people. They were upset, drunk, of course, and instead of fighting, they both had phones pointing at each other like, "I'm filming you. I'm filming you. I'm filming you. I'm filming you." You know what I'm saying?
Filming you? I'm filming you?
I'm filming you. Put your phone down. Put your phone down.
What?
Yeah, I got your VIN number. Oh, you driving away? Drive off, fuck boy. They were just doing that, and then nothing happened. It was good. They was phone banging. I said, this is my type of city, because where I'm from, around these parts here in Los Angeles, somebody would have got their ass beat, their phone would have been crushed, somebody went to jail.
Them niggas is out there because Long Beach PD was in full force.
You better believe it.
And they was dying to make an example out of someone.
I saw a police officer in Long Beach dressed like Snoop Dogg.
Richard Pryor did a show on Long Beach
Hold on,
PD.
wait. I said, is this going to be illegal? The policeman looked at me and said, for shizzle, my nizzle. Are you playing? Yeah.
The police officer said that to you.
The police officer said, for shizzle, my nizzle.
You know, Richard Pryor did a stand-up act about the Long Beach PD.
Yes, I am familiar with that. That happened to be the one he was court ordered to do. It was a show he was court ordered to do. That's the one you're talking about, correct?
Yeah, in Long Beach.
Yeah. So now, that's how my New Year's went, and my week has been pretty good. I went fishing yesterday, and I was out on the water, and it was the water
with your daughter,
with my daughter and a young man that wanted to go fishing with me, and everybody had.
That was wonderful, Marv.
How much fish did I catch personally? Mm-hmm. I caught about 2 to 3 fish. I had to throw one back, and total.
It was too small.
No, it was poisonous. It was poisonous, so we had to throw the poisonous
fish.
Yes. I mean, because they have the fins. If they
the red one with the pointy spikes on there, they call it a scorpion fish.
They call it scorpion fish. If it pricks you, then you go into the hospital. So we have to round back. Yeah, okay. Fishing is a dangerous sport, but anyway, it was very fun. So I had a good time. Now, that's how my week went.
Is that true? Fishing is a dangerous sport.
Oh shit! Hell yeah!
You
What?
fall overboard.
What?
You in the middle of the ocean?
You in the ocean?
Okay.
Hell yeah!
I never thought of fishing being
the boat could catch on fire. Look, the boat could catch on fire. A whale could come up, flip the whole boat over, tsunamis, all kind of shit could go down.
Yeah, black people were the Moors and navigated all the 7 seas.
I always thought it was just a
Europeans were still in the caves.
boring
we was traveling the
experience.
seas.
Because actually, I've only seen people do it on a lake, I think.
Hey, this shit is exciting. It's beautiful.
Well, just think of the ocean as a very giant lake.
Yeah.
With big giant things
with
in there that might eat
sharks.
your ass up or snatch you off of the boat.
A big giant lake. See, wherever there's water, 9 times out of 10, it's going to be some fish.
I seen a mermaid last time we went fishing.
You did?
Yeah.
They told us don't bring any hallucinogens or any marijuana on the boat, and I don't know. But I didn't see the mermaid.
I did.
Hey, look here, and I'm not going to dispute that. You know?
It's stuff in the ocean that they
Did you
still
talk to the mermaid?
discovered. No.
Okay, good.
She swam under the boat.
The ocean's the only place that's not undiscovered.
Yeah, they know more about the moon and Mars than the ocean.
Hell yeah.
They just discovered last year over 300 new species of marine life.
Right, in the ocean. And it's right here.
The further you go down, the weirder it gets.
And the bigger stuff gets.
And black people ain't really going down too deep. You know what I'm saying? I'm just going to let you know.
I know I'm not.
Because I myself
play with the ocean.
Personally have a limit. Now, this is one thing I've noticed about, because I try to invite a lot of people to go fishing with me. And when I deal with black people, sometime, or I could say us's or us's in them, to be more politically correct.
How about just us?
Instead of saying black people, us's in them. Us's?
How about just us?
Okay, us. When I'm dealing with us, or us is in them, and I say, let's go fishing. They say, where you going fishing? I say, in the ocean. Then they go, the ocean? Like they added the ocean. I say, no, the Pacific Ocean.
Yeah, Billy Ocean, nigga.
Yeah, that's why I want to say, look, Billy Ocean. Oh, yeah. But I ain't never been to Billy Ocean. But you know what I'm saying? They scared to go in the ocean. They say, I ain't getting out on that water.
It's very peaceful and serene, though.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, I love going on cruises. That's what I like.
You do?
Hell yeah.
That's good, because that's a good place for you to kill your mate. Push them off the boat and they can't go back to
Hey, people have died on cruises.
And come
you
up
get
missing.
too tipsy and the deck is wet, you slip off.
Tipsy and slipsy.
Last cruise I went on, this is when I was still smoking cigarettes. You can't smoke in the cabin.
Where did you go on the cruise?
This was probably like about 7 years ago.
Where did you go?
Just the Ensenada. The name of the ship was called the Norwegian Pearl. It was like what they call it is maiden
voyage.
That means it was his first time going somewhere.
I didn't know
it was a nice ship, but I went out on the deck to smoke a cigarette, and I was the only motherfucker there, period. Like, nobody was out. It was just me on the deck, and I just stared into the dark. I seen the moon. It was pretty. The moon was on the water, and I was like, damn, look at this water. So somebody that worked there had came out of the door, and we started each other. But then I thought about it, and I was like, damn, people be falling off the edge of this ship, or people getting pushed off. So I hurried up and got my ass back to the cabin, man, because, you know, when you out there on that open water, you just feel so small.
Shit
You know, you just know you're not like
vulnerable.
Like on land, you kick the shit out of a dog, step on an ant. But
Faarooq, would you say that was one of your get out moments?
yeah, it really was, man. I mean,
Shit get real. Shit be fun and games, all fun and games till it ain't.
Yeah.
Something told him, put this motherfucking cigarette out and get your ass back in there for this motherfucker push your ass off and they never hear about you.
Or anything. I could slip and fall.
Anything.
Wasn't nobody out there.
So all of a sudden you felt vulnerable.
Well, I always feel vulnerable. Every time I see a woman with a big ass, I feel vulnerable.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's a get out moment too.
That's a whole different conversation.
So okay, let's
But the fiber in me say she probably crazy as hell, and I don't need them problems. So.
All right, now
You
look
said
here.
the father in you?
Fiber.
Fiber in
Yeah,
you.
the things that make him who he is.
Yeah. Not just a thought, impulsive thought, which we all have.
So now here, let's get right into it. That's the opening conversation. Now, we have some interesting topics we're going to discuss tonight on tonight's show. The thing that's going on. You have Portis says she has the flying car. Let's take a look at
the flying car.
Beautiful
Great.
flying car footage.
Yeah.
Let's see that right now on the Madd Marv Comedy Lounge. Let's see it. Now we got to wait. Did your titty fuck up again? You got your titty in the way? She got to let it. We're gonna pause.
No, I just wanted to add that today they had what's the big tech convention they just had this past weekend, and they showed the new flying cars that are coming out, and Uber is one of the people putting out the flying car. So here's the video from Uber.
Damn.
Okay,
thank you. What's the deposit on that motherfucker?
Can you pay through?
Industry for many years. We're working on not only the equipment itself, the aerial takeoff and landing vehicles, we're working with battery engineers to make sure that they are electric and good for the environment, but also trying to work with the local aerospace regulators around how will airspace be regulated. We know that we are going to try testing flights in Dallas and LA next year, including one other international city, of which Australia is still in for the running. So they're real, they're coming, and I'm excited.
I wonder that next year, is she talking 2020 or 2021?
Okay, now look here.
This year, okay.
Now this is something I noticed.
The future is here.
But you saw the city look totally different than any city that...
And you see no liquor stores or nothing.
It was an animation.
Yeah, look. Even in animation, you see no liquor stores and nothing niggas fuck with.
So that's what I'm saying, you know.
And everything was white. Even the cars was white.
You didn't see no food.
I don't think we're prepared for...
Wait a minute. You didn't see no food?
But they look like planes.
Did you see any food for lessons in animation?
No, I didn't.
That way you know niggas ain't going to be around. So look here. Now I'm just tell you this right now. If you notice, whenever they try to sell some shit to you, they always use the English or UK voice. You know what I mean? And when Walton House going to be very innovative and everything like that. So look here. That's how you know it's a setup. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because if you have somebody from down south in the barnyard, well, goddamn it, we got these goddamn flying cars. Boy, they go faster than a mule. They kick ass and whoa!
But you know what I thought?
Look at and you ain't even need no goddamn seatbelts, this motherfucker.
But you know what I thought about when I saw them? I was thinking, okay, Uber stock is going up.
Yeah, it is.
So when I'm thinking about, my trading mind kicked in on that.
Yeah, what I'm thinking about is they always put these UK voices on, and that's what I say. Like even if you watch movies about the future, like space age,
anything foreign will buy. That's what they try to.
Yeah, when they put that shit, like if you see
not
Star
foreign,
Wars,
but British.
Oh, Karla, like
that's foreign.
Karla with a K.
Yeah,
Karla with a K.
But if you heard an Indian voice, would you go for it?
Hell no. I go to 7-Eleven.
An Iranian
I didn't do today,
voice,
buddy. We not up for the 7-Eleven, buddy. No.
You can get the drone at 7-Eleven. Thank you, buddy.
Right.
Anything in
Or
the
Nigerian.
English voice makes it sound good.
It sound fresh.
Like
they can tell you about
you
about
buying
to
some
kill you
shit
and
from
it sound
James Bond. You just feel like, yeah, I'm buying some shit from James Bond.
You're all about to die down here.
Like have a romance with that.
Like
that.
Let's just say
I didn't even know the Tanqueray came from England. I thought that shit came from 108th and West.
that's because you heard the niggas say get some of that Tanqueray.
Yeah, but it's English dry gin.
Yeah, and they say it's Tanqueray.
Yeah.
Like, you know how people, when you buy, niggas say Jaguar, right? Then when you see the commercial, it'll be
Jaguar.
like, boy, no, 2020 Jaguar. You be like, what the fuck is that, nigga? And then nigga be like, the Mississippi nigga be like, that's a Jaguar. Nigga, oh, I thought he had a new one here, a Jaguar. Look, this is what I'm saying. Like, even if you watch Star Wars or something like that, you know, everybody has the English accent. You know what I'm saying? Right now, we're about to come up on the Millennium Falcon. You
that was Patrick Stewart.
Everybody
He was
got
Scottish.
That. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Scottish?
Yeah.
Patrick Stewart?
Whatever, but that accent. So just imagine.
That one.
Listen, Comedy Lounge, just imagine. If crack, instead of coming into play in the South Central, if it was introduced in the UK, it'd probably be more widespread and less horrid to the community. It'd be more acceptable if you had like a crackhead from UK. He's like, right now I'm about to smoke this rock. I'm about to put it in my pipe right now. It's going to get me real hard. I'm going to be higher than the Georgia pine tree. So you'd be like, oh, let me try that shit. You see what I'm saying? It's not going to do nothing to me at all. Believe me. Terribly hard. You dig what I'm saying?
Like, yeah, man, we got that goddamn loud, man. You know, we want to hit that loud. We got that loud, man. Yeah, what?
Plus, niggas wouldn't have fucked with it because just with that accent, he was like, well, I can't afford that shit. You know what I'm saying? So let's get back to the topics at hand tonight. We have a very interesting set of topics. We want to talk about the thing that's going on, the very serious and dire looming fear that's taking over a lot of people in the United States concerning Donald Trump, the United States, and the killing of the Soleimani, which is, you know, head of the terrorist organization overseas.
Iran.
Ain't that overseas, or should I say overseas seas? Like
well, I just wanted to say the country.
Yeah, that's Iran, and
overseas could be a lot of places.
Right now,
they say he's the head of the terrorist site,
let me just finish. Now, what I've noticed about this thing, you know, I've seen a lot of things on the internet, and then even my daughter, she's 15 years old. She even asked me, she said, Daddy, is it going to be a World War III? I'm like, what the fuck is you talking about? So when I looked at the things they have on social media for the millennials or whatever, if you would say, they're scared. You know, they a lot of them, they don't want to be drafted because they scared to fight. These motherfuckers can't fight and defend themselves, so they damn sure don't want to defend the country. You know what I'm saying? And they just automatically think it's going to be this big World War III and everything like this. So we want to kind of just let people know what's going on and our thoughts from the Madd Marv Comedy Lounge perspective of what's really going on. So we're going to start it off with this topic. Now, to my understanding, this is how I look at it. Motherfuckers fucked up when they decided to try to impeach Trump. Because if you know anything about, you know, the rules of the goddamn game, you cannot impeach a president in the time of war. So this is the same play. This shit ain't nothing new. You think you're going to tell this motherfucker you're going to impeach him and everything, and he just going to let you impeach him? Oh, I got to start a war with somebody, and then y'all got to wait till this shit is over. You dig what I'm saying? I mean, it's the same play. This shit ain't nothing new under the sun. You feel me? Now, we're going to start with Packett. We're going to go to Karla with a K, and then we're going to end it up with Faarooq. Now, what is your opinion and perspective on this situation?
The situation is real. A lot of young men are about to go and put their lives on the line.
Young men and women.
Man, well,
thank God for service people.
Exactly.
LGBTQ soldiers.
Man, it don't matter who want to fight for to defend the honor and right of this country.
You can't be talking about, I'm going to break a nail.
They got the right here, you know, and we.
You want to be equal? Your ass going.
A volunteer army, so these people love the country this much, and most of them know the Constitution and what it's really meaning this work is to put.
Now, hold up, we on Packett. We on Packett.
Yeah,
we gonna get to you. Continue, Packett.
We basically, there's nothing you can do about it. Just like who the president is, there's nothing you can do about it. But like we're doing, talking about it, and how I feel about it is, we're at it now.
Are you scared?
No.
Are you frightened?
Why would I be scared? I don't have to go fight.
I'm just asking.
Plus,
Are you just going to get your ass up in the morning and go to work?
Well, no. I'm thinking about. I have a lot of friends and family members that service people.
Mm-hmm.
So, worried about them.
Mm-hmm.
Not worried about myself, but worried about them because they're the ones in harm's way.
Okay, now Karla with a K.
Well, they were talking about bringing back the draft, and I don't know.
People were talking about bringing back the draft.
Pardon me?
People were.
Oh, people.
Not the military.
Not the administration.
We haven't got there yet.
Okay.
Okay. Well, people. So there is talk of that. Mm-hmm. So I don't know who's talking about it.
The millennials are scared, like they said.
Okay. Well, can you imagine? I was just thinking when you asked that. I was just thinking about what kind of war would we have with people wanting to take selfies all the time, taking pictures of their food. What kind of war could we actually have with everybody having a cell phone?
They gonna have to outlaw them cameras.
Smartphone.
Yeah, look.
They'd be searching and Instagramming and, tweeting and Trump tweeting. I mean, it would just be chaotic. Even though war is chaos in itself.
That's interesting because, you imagine a soldier out there in the battlefield.
But because young people don't really know
he got his gun.
Look,
he got his gun. He got everything in a cell phone.
But what I'm saying is young people, especially millennials, they don't always have their priorities in line.
So let's imagine this. You got the millennial out there. He's got his gun. He's got the whole thing going on. Got the camouflage and everything. And he got his cell phone. And he goes like this. Siri.
Selfie.
Yeah, selfie first. Then he goes, Siri, should I shoot this motherfucker? Is my lighting right?
See what I'm saying? No, they don't think about lighting though. Believe me. Is this a good angle? That's what they think.
Angles.
Yeah, angle about how they look on.
What
camera.
about the people that's in fighting in the war?
There's so much
that don't have
and
the iPhones, but they have Androids. Hey Google, am I gonna make it?
Okay, well, I don't think that by that time, if we go into war, I think everything's gonna be synced and we don't have to worry about that. But what?
Not now, Google. That motherfucker be listening.
But really. What kind
as soon as I said it, my Google said, "What's up?"
See, because the soldiers who went into war, they were broken down first and then built up to be soldiers, to think in in unison.
So to answer my question,
and millennials are not, they're not prone to that.
So to answer my question, now you're not going to be, even if they did bring the draft back, we missed that ship sailed.
Well, we're not going to be affected by it. But that's what we're talking, millennials, because they're the ones who would be going to war.
Right.
And
that's interesting.
And what kind of war would they really fight?
Do you feel safe?
Not with millennials at war. No, I don't.
Bingo.
I think any country will laugh at us with our millennials.
Now, Faarooq. Now, that's interesting because look here, I don't really know too much about the millennials in other countries, but I'm pretty certain that they're probably the same motherfuckers because they all play Candy Crush and they're all on. Hold on. They're all on fucking TikTok.
Our saving grace would be that they played Minecraft and learned how to, shelter each other and work together as a team.
And fucking Fortnite. So look, Faarooq, what do you think about it? What's your perspective on that?
Well, first of all, Iran. The whole country of Iran is like a closed sanctum. They don't, like as far as internet and stuff like that, the government controls everything that the people do. Now, their problem is the people in Iran, outside of the military people and stuff like that, has strong opposition to what's going on in the government because the sanctions from this country makes it hard on the average citizen. And this is what people got to understand. It's not Iran that we are at war with. It's the people that run Iran. Okay, now the man that they killed,
what was his name?
Soleimani.
Yeah.
Okay.
Soleimani.
Soleimani. He was the number one chief. That's like
he was arranging attacks in Iraq.
Right. We want to see what
this is what I'm saying. As far as his position, he people say he was a terrorist. Of course, most of them they support that, but him getting killed is like in the time of war, somebody coming to America killing Colin Powell. He was a number one general of the Iranian army, but this same man was responsible for thousands of young American lives being took and also terrorist acts.
So you say he had to go anyway?
Well,
yeah, he had it coming.
He was arranging attacks.
Yeah, thank you. At the time,
ones that ended up happening the other day or today or whatever it was.
He was in the process, and he was on the convoy with his family, using his own family as a shield to move out of that country to arrange some type of terrorist attack, either in America or where American interest is at.
Now, and
those U.S. embassies
in the city of Los Angeles, we call somebody that would do that a punk motherfucker.
Well, he had it coming, but the thing is, groceries for the attack of our military and the technology we have, they spared his family because they could have just blew up the convoy. Mm-hmm. They said they didn't want to do that, so now, and publicly in America, no matter what we do, people don't like, but now we're murders of family and stuff like that. So they waited till he departed away from his family, and they got him. But this is somebody who the first Bush, the second Bush, and Obama was trying to get rid of, but couldn't.
Wouldn't it be great if we could just put the leaders of a country that we're going to go
and let them go toe to toe,
and let them go at each other as a fight, and we all look at it and just like, woo.
Well, I mean, awesome? That's what it is. But unfortunately, they use real human lives and weaponry as a chess game.
But I'm talking about the leaders. Let that like a boxing match or something. Put them in a ring together.
Then that would change the whole voting.
Well, there's been very few presidents that's been on the battlefield. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Eisenhower. Grant, George Washington.
Would you want Donald Trump going against motherfuckers? Look, that nigga ain't in shape.
Donald Trump.
That nigga don't even.
That's his problem.
Donald Trump is a business.
Hold on, watch it. Look.
Oh, okay. So we lose
because he don't eat healthy. He don't even eat hamburgers. He eats hamburgers.
Yeah, he's a businessman. This is why he entrusts the hierarchy of the military to make the best decisions for the interests of America abroad. And I think that what they did is made this world a safer place by getting rid of that dude. Mm-hmm. And it also sent a strong warning to Iran. We let you shoot our drones down. We didn't have no response. Mm-hmm. Okay? We let you blow up the oil fields in Saudi Arabia. Mm-hmm. We didn't have no response. Okay? You started all of the garbage at the embassy or the green zone in Iraq.
Right.
And we didn't respond. So you was doing that to draw us in to what you think is a ground war, and that's not what type of war it's going to be. So striking him sends the message is, if you want to retaliate and do everything else, you have already committed acts of war against us. So whatever we do from this point is in defense. And United States is not at war with Iran, but Iran has been at war with the United States on their campaign for the last 40 years.
Now, what I don't understand, Faarooq, hold on one second. What I don't understand is, look here. Now, they getting paid off that oil. Like, look here, take your bread and shut the fuck up. For real. Look,
they put sanctions on that.
Wait.
They can't even sell their oil to nobody no more. Everything is shut down.
And that's what I'm saying.
And they're raising their prices.
Hold up. Now, you can hit me with all this.
Buys it. That's why they mad.
Lounge. Hold up. This is my perspective. You can hit me with all that shit you want to hit me with or whatever. But look, from the moment they said, okay, we'll take this money for that oil, the rest of that belief and all that shit went out the door. Look here. We don't give a fuck about that shit. Break bread or fake dead. Now, you want to come back later on and talk about your moralities and your religion and all that shit, nigga. You drew first blood when you cashed that first check. But that oil, you hear what I'm saying?
Okay, but look at so Trump decides to take out Soleimani, and then he tweets the American flag. He tweets the American flag like you put it in your face, and then after this leader blows up 2 U.S. embassies, he tweets the Iran flag, Iran flag.
Well, the thing is, that's the retaliation.
Yeah, the general's been wanting this dude out of here.
Social
media. They just needed the chief of commanders okay to do it because they said we have a very small window, but we have an opportunity. And he made the gutsy decision to say, okay. Unlike a lot of presidents before, this man have been in broad open, saying death to America and threats, and also having U.S. hostages. They came in international water, and remember when they snatched up the U.S. servicemen? Mm-hmm. They snatched up 52 servicemen and pretty much did what they wanted to do for them. So
now, let's just say one of them servicemen was like your brother, your cousin, or whatever. Your perspective would be a little bit different right now. And these are the things we're talking about, and we'll be right back after this small break. My boy Chris Spencer is having a birthday party at the Savoy tomorrow night. We want to support that.
Happy birthday, Chris.
Yeah, come on out tomorrow. We're going to be at the Savoy in Inglewood. It's going to be a lot of fun, and Chris is going to be telling some jokes, and he's very funny. He's one of a few comedians that make my ass laugh like a motherfucker. So we're going to be down there celebrating a birthday with Chris Spencer, and we'll be right back after this small break on the Madd Marv Comedy Lounge. All right, and we're back on the Madd Marv Comedy Lounge, and we were just talking about the, the situation that's going on where a lot of people are thinking it's World War III and Donald Trump and everything, and we're done with that. So we're going to get into this next conversation. Karla with the K. Go ahead and let us know what we're getting ready to talk about.
Okay, I've never been married, don't have any kids, and I know I share that with some other people here at this table.
And out there in listener land.
Certainly that, yeah. Over 50, never been married, maybe have kids, but, maybe didn't raise the kids.
Yeah.
So marriage is primarily on my mind these days, because I would still like to get married. Mm-hmm. That would be a beautiful thing. The kids are out of the question, at least my own coming out of my body. It ain't happening.
Right.
You can adopt.
I can adopt, but I'm just saying coming out of me, it ain't happening.
Right.
Okay. So when I, as a woman over 50, thinking about marriage, kind of almost constantly, but, still having to make a wise decision, and that's why I haven't been married yet.
Yeah.
I've been engaged, but
What's the question, goddammit?
Well, we're talking, excuse you?
Yeah.
Okay, so
first of all,
there's a ring language.
We ain't got 3 weeks.
First of all, there's ring language. Do you guys speak ring language?
What is ring language?
This is ring language.
Oh, empty finger language.
It tells you what?
Oh.
Half the damn married people don't wear their ring, so that tells you nothing.
Well, no, but see, that they're not speaking ring language.
I wore a ring on my finger, but I got eczema, so it broke out on my ring finger, and then it spread it to the other hands, which should have been a hit and a half for my ass that maybe I was marrying the wrong motherfucker.
Okay.
You like you got a glove on.
Do you wear, but if you were married, would you wear a ring?
Probably not, because I'm not in the range now.
Okay, well, I'm not into rings now either, but if I were married, I would definitely wear a ring.
You can always jump the broom or
Personal
something.
choice of yours.
Yeah, it's my personal
So what is the
choice.
question? What do you want to
Well,
know?
I just asked the question, Marv. Were you listening?
About the rings?
Yes, I just asked about the ring.
A wedding ring on a man costs too much attention. Even when I was younger, I had a wedding band from a smoker. I had it on there, and for some reason,
You beat the smoker up?
Paid
you money?
Honey,
you gave it to me.
Would you call
I
it?
used to wear the wedding band, but what actually used
Would you
to
call it a
happen
smoke
is
ring? No, I'm just.
I got more attention by women, okay? Because for some reason, a lot of women are attracted to married men.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
That's one thing, but my thing is my parents been married for 50-something years old, and they was 50 before they finally bought each other wedding bands.
Wow.
So sometimes people can be married and not in a relationship, and sometimes a person don't have to, quote unquote, legally be married to be in the binding relationship.
Okay.
Sometimes that's why marriages end in divorce, because they marry but they don't know how to have a relationship.
First.
Well, we're going to talk about marriage in itself, but this ring thing for me is important because it's a public display. It's a communication that says whether you're married or you're not married.
Okay, can I say something to that?
For a lot of people, but I agree with you. A lot of people who are married don't wear rings.
All right, can I say something? Can I comment on that?
Absolutely.
So you're saying that that when the wearing of the rings is a public communication is sending the message that person that the wearer of that ring is married, taken off limits.
Correct.
That's what you're saying?
That's supposedly,
Okay, so-
supposedly, but according to Faarooq, that doesn't work all the time.
Wait a minute. Now I'm gonna.
And I know it doesn't, but
I'm gonna comment on that.
you're still speaking ring if you wear the ring.
I'm gonna comment on that statement from my perspective, not.
And I know a lot of people, men and women, don't abide by that.
I know
but go ahead.
divorced
I'm
women
sorry,
that
Marv.
still
Go ahead.
wear their wedding rings.
Wait a minute, Faarooq. I'm gonna
divorce.
I'm gonna respond to that based on my experience and my perspective. Now, what I know about when I see somebody with a ring or something like that or whatever, depending on what I'm hereafter or whatever, I might give them a ring quiz, if you will. Like, oh, I see that's a wedding ring. Are you married? And then, that person might say, okay, yeah, I'm married. You happy to marry? Yeah. Okay, cool. Now, that'll let me know something. But then sometime, I say, okay, that's a wedding ring. Yeah. You happy married? Oh, this motherfucker, I can't get it off. Yeah. Look here.
Really?
Look here. I say, well, check this shit out. You dig what I'm saying? And I might operate in the parameters based on the question and the response that the wearer and bearer of that ring gives.
Okay.
So the thing, in my perspective, it's not so much as the symbolization or the message that ring sends out, but it is more about the symbolization and the message that person who wears and bears that ring sends out to other.
Of course, when you have the conversation. When you have the conversation. But I'm talking about without conversation.
Yeah.
You're in a
non-verbal.
party, in a room
Yeah.
with people, and you're looking at the
If
men
your
and
ass
women.
is married and you respect that shit, don't be in that party ass room. Now, if I'm in
You
a
can
swingers,
be in the room.
wait. If I'm in a swingers club,
No.
hold up.
No.
I'm
With a
telling-
wedding band on.
with a wedding band
Because
on.
people do it.
Look here.
The couple
don't-
that's married go to the swingers.
Well, okay, probably with their partner, maybe.
What the fuck is you doing in the swingers club with a wedding band on?
But if they're aligned with their partner on that,
I don't give a fuck. You in the swingers club.
So it's the same
Put
thing,
a wedding band
right?
on.
Should a trick pulling up to a prostitute on Fig say, oh, bitch, you got on the wedding band. I ain't gonna buy no pussy tonight. Because you got prostitutes out there.
With the ring on.
Wedding ring.
It's not about saying what you should or shouldn't do. It's just about the message.
So what I'm saying is the bearer.
The message used to mean things in the 20th century. We're in the 21st century.
Okay, so
Millennials,
21st century
it's a
ring
different
language
thing.
does not, we don't
people
communicate.
Some people get married and don't want rings. They want bracelets.
Right.
Some people get married and they get tattoos.
Yeah.
Okay, so
And
the
not
ring,
rings.
no, it's a lot of people that have disregarded that because a lot of time, some people got the ring because they just didn't want to give it back after the divorce or the engagement ring, okay?
Because of the value. So what we're saying, Karla, just to break Karla with a K, to break this down to you, it's not so much as the cosmetic message of the symbols or anything. It's about the individual perception. I could be with somebody and I'm committed with that person with no ring, okay?
Right.
And my behavior and my demeanor will send out the message that I'm only fucking with that motherfucker I'm fucking with. I don't have to have any kind of symbol. We don't have to have his and her T-shirts. We don't have to have the rings. I'm with stupid symbols. We don't have to have none of that.
If you meet somebody and you fall in love with the person, y'all get married, right?
Yeah.
From your question, why do you care what somebody else thinks?
It's not
as long as you two are happy.
And it's really not about. It's about me I want to have a ring, and I want him to have a ring.
Why?
Because I've never had it before.
To feel good.
And
now that's
honest. I just want that experience.
That is an honest
She's
answer.
a grown woman, but she's still like that little girl thinking about the Cinderella.
That's a little girl
she still want the happy ending.
Right. Have you ever had an Easter egg before?
Yes.
Okay. And once you got do you want an Easter egg now?
No.
Same thing.
What?
You ain't never had a wedding ring before, huh?
A what?
A wedding ring.
Right.
Once you get it, you ain't gonna want it no more like that Easter egg.
No. Because
I don't want no Easter egg.
It's about solidifying the relationship for me. I don't know. Maybe I'm misguided on it. But I was looking in a magazine.
Everybody wants one thing,
and I said, I was looking at wedding rings. I was like, wow, I've never really been interested in rings like this.
But you know what? I think what it is you are a traditional person. So
yeah, I am.
You're looking at things for what it represents, but see, that's the thing.
Not everything, but that.
Okay, but I'm just saying the wedding ring represents the bond that people have to one another.
Yeah.
But the true bond that they have with one another. The wedding ring is just a token of.
It's
but
symbolic.
See, some people
you gotta be real with it, like
some people
absolutely.
Some people use it as a cloak.
Yeah. Some people use it. Now look here. Some people use it. Hold on, Faarooq. Let me lace with this. Some people use it as bait. That ring is a bait. I put that ring on, and I know the certain fish that I'm trying to get with that hook, which is the ring.
Okay, see, I have this ring on right now.
On the wrong finger.
Because I don't want to send the wrong message, right?
So, somebody can think that you was married, and that's why you took it off of that finger and put it on there.
But that means I'm not married.
They don't know that.
They would, if it's not on this finger.
If I'm in a club,
but I have consciously been moving this ring around on my hand. If I'm in a club and we drank this finger, it was on this finger, and then I said, "Oh no, I can't do that." Unless I was going to,
you confused because you don't know what finger to put the ring on.
No. Unless I was going to school,
why
I was
she
teaching
ain't got
in
a
school.
Ring on her right finger?
Well, if I go to school, I'm teaching. I'll put it on my ring finger because I don't want the kids to be asking me a bunch of questions.
Or Kelly.
So now she want to be married in front of the kids, so they won't ask her shit.
Yeah.
But they know that how you sign your name.
So now look,
it's not MRS, it's M.
But they don't see that.
Wait a minute.
Kids
I do put MS.
Now let's stop right here.
They know you're not married.
Faarooq, hold up. Look, let's break this shit down. Now you answered your own question. See, now we didn't know you switched fingers with the ring.
Yeah, I do.
Now hold up, look.
Another man might think it's on that finger because you're a product of a failed marriage, and maybe she might be a problem. So maybe you might want to not wear that if you're trying to attract someone.
Like Jack told Helen.
Oh wow, okay.
Look,
and my sister gave me this
wait
ring.
Wait a minute.
Put it on
I
your
wanted
neck.
to wear it.
Hold up, did you just see that?
Necklace.
Did you? She about to put it on another finger.
I was going to put it on my ring finger. Yeah. I'm just showing that, I just move it around.
You're lucky you got same size fingers.
Yeah, I just move it around.
Necklace.
That's too much trouble.
Do that.
But maybe I'll do that. Okay, I'll think about it.
Let me ask you a question.
I clearly need to rethink this ring language.
No.
Wait a minute. Hold up. Lounge.
The unspoken language that the ring says.
Lounge. Hold up. Let's take a pause. I got one serious question for you. Does that ring finger also fit on any of your toes?
No. I've never tried it, but it would probably fit on 2 of my toes.
I bet it fit on that big toe.
Except, the big toe probably won't fit on the big toe. I got a light bulb toe.
Let's see.
No.
She said a light bulb toe.
Whenever anybody gets married, you should have it your way.
Yeah.
So if you want it that way, do what you want to do and express that and get that.
Because it's about what you and them agreed to.
Okay, so that's ring language,
Because I seen 2 crackheads get married one time, and they couldn't afford rings, so they smoked what they called a unity pipe, which it was a crack pipe that had a rock on both ends. Okay. They had a rock on both ends, and it had one draw tube. So they lit each rock on both ends, and they both pulled from the same thing. And then once they pulled from that and blew it out, they was married.
Marv, show me a unity pipe. Because you had too many specifications on this not to have seen it up close.
What do you mean show it to you?
I know you got it.
You want to hit it?
No, I want to see your unity pipe.
No, I
It
cracked.
had to be yours.
I broke it. I broke it.
Were you performing the wedding?
I'm just saying, I broke it because look here. And just for those
crackhead ain't married to nothing but crack.
Those of you out there, like Faarooq said, the marriage, that crackhead marriage only lasted about 30 minutes.
Okay, but look, so, but marriage, I really do want.
Hold on 1 second. We got a caller? Oh, we got 5 minutes? Okay.
Okay. So there's a lot of aspects to marriage, the parenting, right?
And most men are interested in the aspects of it.
The aspects.
Ass
of
and
marriage.
pecs of it.
Okay. But there are several things we want to talk about over time, and hopefully you guys will come back over and over again.
Let's give us one.
And check it out. But we're going to be talking about domestic violence. That's a significant issue. Can happen in marriage. You don't even have to be married.
Will OJ be one of the guests? OJ would, or
no, we don't need OJ.
Orenthal?
No. But parenting, being a united front as parents to your kids. You can't let your kids pit, each other against each other.
That's very important.
I see it as, well, I've seen it as a teacher.
The millennials are smart enough to do that because the parents of millennials hate fucking each other. So millennials are fucking smart enough to manipulate the goddamn parents.
Yeah.
Okay.
Next
What's the next?
And also, the co-parenting when you're divorced.
Mm-hmm.
Well, first the divorce and how you manage that.
Mm-hmm.
You've been divorced.
Not yet.
Oh, your work. Okay, not yet.
I'm in like a limbo baby daddy trial thing right now.
Okay. Well, see, when I was 14, I made a vow to God that I would not be an unwed mother and that I would not get a divorce. So here I am.
No, not married and no kids.
Yeah, God answers prayer. I mean, what the heck?
That's an optimistic way of looking at it.
I mean, how did I?
Hey, man, guess what?
I know at 14.
You're really blessed and don't know it.
Well, you're right. I mean, I do know, but it took me a long time to accept that. But what did I know at 14 years old? But anyway, and also
you know how to roll a joint, didn't you? I bet you. Goddamn right you did.
No, I don't
zigzag.
think I did.
You remember zigzags?
No.
That was at 19.
I had to think about it, but I wasn't rolling at that time.
Because that should have fucked your memory of what it is.
That's why I don't remember, right?
Think about it.
But also aging as you're married, getting older.
But everybody know I don't age. They call me Benjamin Button. I get younger as I get older.
Okay, and maybe we'll talk about our age. We'll confess our ages later on.
Man.
But also being single over 50, and also possibly not having children. Being over 50, because a lot of people who are over 50 and don't have children, usually abortion is part
That's
of the reason.
probably women, because it's been men.
Men have experience. There are women that have gotten abortions.
Remember Tony Randall? He was 70 what? 75? Had a kid?
Okay. Oh yeah, you guys get it. But I'm talking about men who have been who had gotten women
the odd
pregnant,
couple.
and the women got abortions,
Yeah.
and so therefore they don't have any kids.
Women have abortions because they're ashamed, because they be like, God damn it.
That's pro-choice.
Hey, look,
Right. But I'm saying that there are men who have been affected by abortion as much as women by the women's choice.
But I'm going to tell you why women...
Yeah, that's like murder to me.
I'm going to tell you why the average women have abortion is because they do it to try to trap that nigga, and then when they find out, oh, wait a minute, this nigga can't afford this shit, then they get an abortion.
I wasn't trying to trap anybody.
Oh, we didn't even know you had an abortion.
Well, I'm being transparent. Yes, that's why I said that.
Message?
I wasn't trying. I mean, hey, I'm not ashamed of it anymore. I'm healed in the name of Jesus on that one.
Tell us the real reason.
Have to heal.
Since you brought it up, tell us the real reason. Why did you really have the abortion?
Well,
was that nigga paid? Did he have benefits?
No. First of all, okay.
Hello.
Okay. Hello. Okay. Planned Parenthood, was major in that era that I grew up in the 70s.
That nigga was broke.
Well, he was 24. I know he was 25. I was 24.
As Fetty Wap would say, yeah, baby.
Yeah, well, it was just, he didn't want to marry me. He said he didn't want to marry me just because I was pregnant, which I was, like in hindsight.
He didn't tell you that shit before?
So the kid suffered.
The kid died.
Kid died, yeah. Because, I mean, like I said,
Did you ever, now, I know this is off the subject, but a lot of women don't, and this is very, very serious, a lot of women don't ever think about what happens to that fetus after it's aborted. Now, you ever had salami? Have you ever eaten salami, the lunch meat? You know the little black things in the salami? You thought they were peppercorns.
I am not going to entertain this conversation on that. I don't know where that's going.
Most people think they're peppercorns, right? They're not peppercorns, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here to tell you. Those are the eyes of the aborted embryos from the abortions. So next time you have a salami sandwich, think about it. No. That could have been the next doctor, lawyer.
No,
president.
But do you know what? If they did have holograms like they have now, I mean, ultrasound, not holograms, ultrasound.
That's all it basically
like they have now, I think there would be a lot fewer
You don't think they just throw that meat away, do you?
You know, really, I think that there would be a lot fewer abortions. I also think that men should have to sign off on an abortion.
We ain't signing
paper before a woman can have an abortion.
A nigga won't sign a library card.
I know there's a lot of people who would fight me on that, but
no, that's a good idea if you pro-life and see some people.
And I am pro-life now.
We all been victims of certain things through at us because the people started to. Planned Parenthood had an agenda to get rid of us.
That's right.
And they did a good job.
But at the end of the day, the choice is yours.
Yeah, but
that's right. But you're indoctrinated to a certain thought process, and boomers were indoctrinated into abortion and Planned Parenthood.
I'm gonna keep it real.
Mother in particular
your social circumstance is going to motivate you more.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it real.
Abandon your responsibility.
Let me keep it real.
No, it's not about that.
Wait. I'm gonna keep it real.
No, it's not.
Wait a minute.
It was about shame,
Karla with a K,
embarrassment, irresponsibility.
Okay, Karla with a K. I'm gonna say this because
that's what I said. Being irresponsible.
We're running out of time, but I'm gonna say this. Hold on 1 second.
You should be responsible from that point on.
Let me get this off.
But I'm talking about the
child.
I'm
not judging you. You know what I'm saying?
But I'm talking the pregnancy, the teenage pregnancy.
Lounge. Yeah. Let me get this off because we're about to run out of time. And I'm gonna say this. Okay, and I hope I can remember because, you know what I'm saying, here we go. The thing is, yeah, those things are a factor and were a factor, but we're not 17 anymore. We're not kindergarten. We're in the school no more. We grown. We got a choice.
And we ain't getting pregnant no more.
Some of us
look here.
You're not getting pregnant.
No.
Hey, speak for yourself. I give throat babies.
You're not getting pregnant.
Throat babies.
And you're not getting pregnant.
Hold up. I give throat babies. You know what a throat baby is?
No.
That's why I'm going to let it go in your throat. Think about that, and we'll be back, and we'll see you next week on the Madd Marv.
Oh, we're out?
Lamb.
Oh, wow. Bye. God bless you.
All the throat babies in the head.
Oh, Lord.